I appreciate you, Ben. Hey, good chat, Mike. Always my brother from over there, from the West Coast. Thank you, man. And thanks everybody for joining. Thanks, Ben and Amanda, for having us again. It's been crazy. So it's going to be a good chat. Natalie from DC Denimhangs is on. And we're going to just talk about denim health, talk about physical health, talk about mental health, and just kind of switch it up a little bit because last time we had the Global Denim Hang with you guys, we had a nice fun activity. We did Jeopardy. It was awesome. It was chaotic, but it was awesome. And so this time, just with everything going on, and kind of in line with the Denim Stories chats we've been having and some initiatives that people all around the globe have been having, we thought it was just best to kind of really talk to the health and well-being of our denim community throughout the whole world, especially now, just to make sure that we're charging them with being positive and staying focused, and of course supporting each other throughout this chaosness. So I guess I'll start for those who don't know me, a small introduction of myself, and then I'll let Natalie introduce herself. Being the face and voice of DC Denimhangs. So I'm Charles Miller of Charles Miller Brand Denim. So it's a denim and heritage brand that my wife and I run. We're dual military, so we're still active Army. Right now, I'm actually up north Wisconsin right now at some Army duty training, and it's awesome. And so we kind of balance that thing, and we combine our story with the denim and with everything else, and with community. And so that's kind of what we pride ourselves on, making quality goods that last, and also are able to build character throughout the wearer's journey. And it's all American made, veteran owned, and that's just what we love to do. And most recently, we've got into Denim Stories, which is a weekly chat with someone in the denim community, and sometimes it's circled just specifically around denim. Other times it's circled around things outside of denim, but it's always denim related. And so that's been really cool to create throughout this time, just to keep the community going, keep the conversation going, and just keep our brand motivated and inspired, really. We just had a collaboration drop today, which was very cool, with We Don't Run From Adversity. You can check the website out, and we dropped a chore, a hat, and a t-shirt. So it's pretty awesome. Everything's almost sold out. We have some hats left. I think one small chore coat, and looking to do another drop next week. So be looking for that. But other than that, that's all for Cmbd introduction right now. I'm gonna pass the mic to my co-host over here, Natalie. She's in my bottom right-hand corner in the screen.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Cool. I'm Natalie. I am the moderator for the DC Denim Hangs. It is, like many other hangs, just a group for people in the DC area who love denim, but I'm working very hard to make it an inclusive space, a space where someone can feel seen, heard, loved, valued within this community, where people can see someone who looks like them, who likes the same things as them, and know that they are always welcome. That's how I met up with Charles, and how we've started to collaborate on so many awesome things for so many different communities throughout the country, but also for my little tri-state area.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Natalie too. So a few, I say like a month and a half ago, Natalie, it was that initiative you had for My City, My Block. Mm-hmm. And I'll let her speak on it, but I just got to brag and boast on what she did, because she put together this initiative, and it was about raising money and running and doing a certain, it was a 5K, right, Natalie? And I can't remember how the topic came up, but I just heard you said 5K, you said raise money, you said it was for a good cause. So that's the only thing I heard in my mind. So I said, you know what, that's it. We're running the 5K in denim. And so that's what we did. Well, that's what I did. And then I challenged I challenged a whole bunch of people in the community to do the same thing. And, everybody's looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, all right, well, look, if you're not going to run in denim like I am, because I am crazy, well, at least just walk or freaking hike or something, you know what I mean, in your denim. And Big Mike, he got on there, he hiked. Tyler, Home Field Advantage Goods, he hiked in his denim or did a circuit training in his denim. And it was awesome. So I let Natalie talk about it a little bit because I think that the community needs to hear about it because it's going to trickle into what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, and I actually want to give credit where credit is due. So I hopped on it early on, but it was started by one of our hang members, Emily Crabtree. She's on here.
Emily?
She was like, this is an organization I love. Can the hang build a team? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And I looked into the organization and it spoke to everything that I care about, everything I hope the hang cares about. And so I really want to give Emily all the props for turning us on to this charity and that 5K. And in the post, I was like, everyone should do this. And if you want to do it in your denim, go for it. Knowing that Charles was going to be the only one to hop on that challenge. Because I for sure did not do it in denim. I had a denim ball cap on, like a cop out. But I was like, Charles is going to do this. And he's going to challenge so many people. It's going to fire everyone up. And it would be a great way to get us all moving in a time where a lot of us are stuck at home. And it'll get you outside when a lot of us probably didn't leave our house for a long time.
Right. And that's what I did too. You were right. Absolutely right. And it was exciting. I ran in my, and it was during the week where it was freaking hot. It was hot outside. And it was like, it was still 80 degrees throughout the evening, which means it's going to get to like 100 during the week time, during the daytime. And yeah, that's what we did. And it was awesome. 5K in denim. I wore my fits and Cmbd travelers, and I ran about a 9 minute 10-second pace for the 5K, and it was dope. And Emily, thank you for that. And Natalie, thank you for doing that and knowing that I would hop on the challenge. So tonight, as we get into the conversation, really, we've had these conversations before. We've had these chats where we're talking about how do you take care of your denim. We don't normally push the pencil to talk about how do we take care of ourselves, how do we take care of our bodies, and like Natalie was saying, how do we take care of our well-being, especially during this time where COVID and civil unrest is just at the forefront of all social media, all news and everything like that. And so, and these questions are not just for Natalie and I to discuss. This is for everybody on the chat too. Like, how do you take care of your denim? We'll start with that as a foundation. What is it that you do to take care of your denim and why? I'll let anybody go first. Or Natalie, maybe you can start. I don't know.
I wash it, Charles. I wash it when babies poop on it. I wash it. That's what happens. Babies poop on my denim. I wash my denim, Charles.
Mike is not allowed to enter the conversation until we give him the check mark to go ahead and talk. How do you take care of your denim?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll start us all off. I do wash my denim very sparingly, but I am a kindergarten teacher. Things get gross. My jeans get gross. They get washed. But I do walk in them almost every day. I try and get at least 2 miles in the jeans, just walking. And I try and wear them as much as I can before something gross happens to them.
Awesome. Anybody else? How do you take care of your denim?
I think it depends at what stage the denim's at. Because
yes.
I've got 2 pairs of Dawson denim. One that I bought off eBay because I love them so much. So I wanted a pair that I could just wear and wash and just keep using. But then I've got a pair that I try and keep pristine because I just love them and I love the raw look of them. So yeah, I'm a bit of both.
Right. I take care of my denim by folding them up every day after I wash them. I'm sorry, after I wear them. I don't wash them a lot, like very rarely. Like Mike said, like I'm very extreme, and I do not recommend that you do this, but I'm very extreme. Like, so we have a 9-month-old, and he spits up, of course, he throws up, and he's freaking pooping and everything like that. So it was a time where he blew out his diaper and a little bit of the leakage got on my denim, a little bit of the leakage. And so that's okay. And so I'm just going to wipe it off with a baby wipe. So I wiped it off with a baby wipe on the outside, and on the inside, I use some of our antibacterial denim spray. It's antibacterial, right? And it got rid of the smell and it got rid of the stain that was on it. And so that's how I take care of my denim. Wear it mostly every single day, especially in the car through traveling, because I'm wearing my uniform for the most part, Monday through Friday. And I have a 2-hour commute to work. And so during that 2-hour commute, I'm breaking in my denim in the seat and listening to somebody in the community's podcast or something like that. And man, there you have it. Then I fold it back up, and I might wash them once a year, and that's it. And I rotate through so many that's how that is. But they're all broken in, if you will. So they're not. There's no fresh denim that I have right now, so it's all broken in. And I say that because we're gonna circle back around to that as we get into the conversation. So anybody else who's extreme as me, or maybe not as extreme, how do you take care of your denim? Or what are your notes? Oh, I'm sorry. We're trying to talk. All right, my bad. There you go. I'm trying to unmute you, man. Oh. Unmute yourself, peeps. Okay.
I was just saying, no, man, that's all you. You're too extreme. You get the title. That's all you.
Well, what's up, everybody?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Angel Noble Exchange. I live in Arizona. It's hot. I hang up my clothes in my closet every day when I get home, just so it dries out properly, right? Mm-hmm. The crazy thing is I usually end up, I'll wash it, rinse, wash in the tub, but I usually end up needing to, especially in the summer, emptying the whole fridge ice bucket in the water. And that's not enough. I have like 6 ice packs, the little plastic ice packs that you put in your lunchbox. I put that in the water too. And then even then it's still borderline, still a little warm. I don't know. And then, I'll let it sit for maybe 45 minutes. And then I'll be like, all right, it's cool enough. It's about water. It's about room temp. But sometimes I get kind of nervous, especially in the summer. I try to go the distance, but you don't want to get too funky.
Right. Yeah.
Anybody else use ice in the water? I mean, I'm trying to avoid shrinkage. So
I have not.
I'm in New England, so I could just wash them in winter. You don't get that in Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I remember just putting beer in the snow in the backyard.
Yes.
Like you go to a house party and you bring your own beer, and you're just like, "Where's the back door?" Put your stuff right there because the fridge is already full.
Same. We did the same thing. I'm from PA as well. Did the same thing, especially in college.
I don't worry about how cold the water is, man. I just throw them in on a cold water cycle. I mean, I think the cold water here in SoCal is like 60. So I just throw them in. Perfect. I throw them in the washing machine with no spin. You just put cold water mode, no spin. As long as you got a washing machine that doesn't have that giant plastic thing in the middle, you're good. Just hang dry.
Right. I
haven't done that yet. I hang dry in the garage with 2 big shop fans.
So let's talk about shrinkage then, because this is going to go into what Natalie and I are talking about. So, has anybody experienced shrinkage just from washing their denim?
Yeah, I usually see it like on the seams, like the threads on the seams. You'll see like crinkling, along where the thread lines are. I'm not sure what you call those.
Right.
And you try to catch it. I monitor it like every 30 minutes or every hour. I'll just go check it. And if I see that little bit of, what do you call it, bunching up, I'll just hand stretch it. Yeah, I'll just hand stretch it, and that usually takes care of it. Or like if you have like a selvage, like a denim, like a shirt with like the button flaps. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you'll have to give those like a once over with your hand and kind of stretch the pocket bag out. That's usually where I see it. The collar doesn't really bother me much, but you just try to monitor it as it dries. Because again, Arizona, put it in the garage with 2 shop fans and it's still 80 something degrees in there. So
that's crazy. So on accident, Natalie, was yours on accident that you got some shrinkage?
No, it's almost always intentional. Just because I don't own a lot of women's raw, so that always has like a little bit of stretch in it. And so the waist will bag out. And so I'll throw it in the dryer like a bad denim head and shrink it all right back up.
Yeah, that is horrible.
It's that's the only way to make it fit again.
Right. So raw. So we have a couple other ladies on here, right? Emily, Amanda, Catherine. Like, so with raw, have y'all experienced any raw denim that has either accidentally or on purpose got some shrinkage?
I don't think I have. I don't think I've, maybe I haven't like had that many washes of them yet, but I'm the same. If I've got like just cotton jeans, say Levi's, they do stretch out. So giving them a good wash, it just makes them fit like new again. So it's quite nice doing that process of it fitting like a snug glove and then relaxing out again. So yeah.
Awesome. Were you about to say something, Emily? Looked like you were trying to unmute yourself.
Yeah, so I'm kind of a newbie myself to raw, as I'll talk about it coming up a little bit later, but I've been putting off washing my jeans for so long only because my lovely fellow DC Denimhangs members keep me in check whenever I'm like, can I do this yet? So they've been really awesome about that. But my shrinkage has not been due to washing, but we can talk about that later.
Okay.
Natalie knows what I mean.
All right. So let's get into the other part of the conversation. And all right. So we talked about how everyone's taking care of their denim during this time, at least in the past 6 months to a year, right? And also, because of the challenges of not being able to go out, because of facilities, gyms, and stuff like that being closed down. So how is everyone taking care of their body? And then we're going to circle back around to how taking care of your body and taking care of your denim are meshed.
I do like a half-ass kind of intermittent fasting every day.
Okay.
Just start with coffee, water throughout the day. But then when dinner comes around, it's time to just slam everything in sight. Eat everything until bedtime.
So you don't eat all day until dinner? Usually,
maybe 2 times out of like a 7-day week, I'll have like, I'll stop somewhere if I'm hungry, if I'm feeling hungry. I'm a type 1 diabetic also. So that actually does a really good job helping me regulate my blood sugars.
That's good. But, okay, that's good.
Yeah. I started noticing the beginning of quarantine days, I'm 6'3" and I average about 195 average. And I was at 215. So I was like, okay, hold on. But I was doing a lot of just snacking throughout the day, snacking whenever. So intermittent fasting, something, I've always followed some kind of regimen ever since the age of 13 when I was diagnosed with diabetes. So it's, it's not that difficult, but it's also it's not that difficult when you get rid of the snacking factor, because that's a lot of it is mental and it just takes practice. Once you learn to get that snack hood, man, and I'm a snack monster. Like, I love the snack.
Yeah, I am too.
I got a sweet tooth but once you get that out of your mind, you stop thinking about it. It just becomes a little bit easier. You got their pineapples, peach rings.
Oh, the little bears.
I regularly snack, drink coffee, drink beer, drink bourbon, and also beat myself when I feel like I've done it too much.
Right. And don't let Mike hold back on you too. So, and these are things that Mike and I have a conversation about, and I feel as though it's free for me to talk about, right? And so Mike is a freaking beast. So he does circuit training. 3-4 times a week, maybe on a good week, maybe 5 or something like that, right? And he
I do it every other day. I try to do it every other day. I skipped a day this week because I don't know, I felt shitty and I didn't want to work out and feel shittier. So, although generally after I work out, I feel better. But I've been doing circuit training. I've been trying to hike more, although pretty much my entire world is on fire right now, so there's no hiking. I have been trying to do the circuit training. I do that 3 to 4 times a week, like you said, depending on the week, and it helps. I guess I've lost a little weight. I don't know. I haven't gone down a pant size, but my shirts fit a little better. So I guess there's
right.
It helps. It helps.
All right. Who else? Who else? How do you take care of your body right now, especially during the last 6 to 12 months? And Angel too. Thank you for being vulnerable enough and open to talk about your journey being a diabetic too. Yeah, I appreciate that. Anyone else? How you take care of your body during this time?
So there's 2 things that I haven't really been taking care of my body like I should. But I don't know if you guys have heard of it over there, but we have like Joe Wicks, the body coach, and he's been doing every single day. He's been doing like a workout for the kids every day. It's great. But he actually has videos online that he does that you can do. So they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Sessions, but and they're just from home. But then the other thing is there's a guy called Mark Shaler, and he's been at 8 o'clock on Instagram Live every day. He's been doing Qigong, which is amazing.
Wow.
Relaxing, stretches all your body out, ready for the day. And it's something to get up for in these times when maybe you haven't, maybe you're not working. So that's the 2 things.
Awesome. I love this. All right, who else? Natalie, you already went, right?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to both the last 2.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh, me? Mao. Yeah. Oh, I was just saying similar to Angel and Miss 23-ounce Indigo. I've been doing a bit of the intermittent fasting the last couple months. Jumped in on that because I was like, I got to do something. I wasn't really feeling inspired to be working out. I usually play proper football or soccer, usually 4-5 times a week. And I've gone since March. I went from 3, 4, 5 times a week to 0, and that's been massive. So just minimizing, kind of like just being more conscious about what I'm doing, not in an unhealthy way, like trying to keep a positive relationship with food and snacks and all of that, but just being more mindful. And then in the mindfulness side of things, I got into a workout, a yoga type thing, like called gravity yoga, and it was something that since I was a child, I've never been able to sit cross-legged on the ground. Like you go to a party and everybody's seated on the floor, and that's my personal hell. So like that was something that I figured I'd try and do. And it was a hip, like targeted for like hip openers. So that was 3 weeks of the most brutal, like stretching in the world. And for a soccer player, it's like we use our hip flexors for other things, and hip that's flexors, not it. So it's been a challenge, but I mean, it's trying to find new ways to like keep yourself up, and you know, it's a journey. You go up and down, but
right,
you know, just trying to stay on top of things. You know, yeah.
Has it? If you don't mind me asking, has it altered any denim sizing for you?
Ooh, I tell you what, I have some 316s that are, I love them, and it was when I was feeling myself and I had dropped a few sizes after some massive changes in my life, and I was top of the top and cream of the crop, and they're feeling good, you know, like, I mean, they're tight. And if you look at the seams, those seams are, but like, I'm back down. I float right around. I never made it to that 6 foot mark. So 5'11" and a half. And I'm usually like float around 170. And I think I got up to like 175, 80, maybe. I wasn't weighing myself, but it was, that's it. And then, you know, fluctuate back down, got that in check, and I'm, you know, right around playing weight. So that's good, you know, but it's not about the number so much as how I feel, and I felt like trash.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It could have been half a pound. And
yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that thought too, because I feel the same way, and I'll get into it too. I think Natalie, Natalie, did you talk about how your routine is yet?
I did not. Well, it's because it's not really a routine. So I am a kindergarten teacher by day, and the kids try me. So in the mornings before class, I will run. I'm not a great runner. I'm not a fast runner, and I don't particularly enjoy it, but it gets my body moving in a way that connects me to the ground and to the planet in a way that really helps me help the kids through their day. So I run for about an hour in the morning, and then I have a kettlebell that I swing around to try and feel strong. But all of this is really stemmed from more of a mental health perspective, which I know Tara and Emily will speak about. But I don't know, our mental health and our physical health are tied together in a lot of ways. And I think they also really tie into probably a lot of our love for denim. It's like our bodies create the fades, our bodies create a story in our genes, and my body just wasn't telling a story I liked. So I set out to change that. No changes have been made, but I'm trying.
But they're pushing. And man, Natalie, you said it so well. Like, my body is my story in denim, and my denim has not created any stories lately because you're still working on that part of it, which is awesome. And the same thing. So for me, I'm the same way as my man. I'll fluctuate in weight from I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 7 pounds, depending on if we had pizza Friday night and Chick-fil-A Saturday morning or whatever it is. You know, like Friday nights usually are pizza night at our house, and so that's already embedded into my weekly routine, right? So and I'm staying with Mike. I work out probably 5 times a week, sometimes 6. Like, if I feel like I'm being extra fat, like I ate too much pizza or whatever the case may be, I'm doing an extra workout, and it kind of helps because Tara and I, who you'll hear from next, Tara and I, it's a family thing at our house. So working out is first of all, it's part of our job because we're in the Army, and second of all, it's one of those things that we create a bond with over quarantine and COVID and all the civil unrest and just being at home with the kids and everything like that. And so it's been something in our family that has helped us alongside of creating that story in denim, by not being able to travel and things like that, but still being able to add some type of positive vibes on the daily basis, and that is through creating that story with our body, which in turn kind of creates a story, like Natalie said, with our denim. So don't say you're feeling fat, Charles. I'm sorry, that was supposed to be private. That's what Mike said to me.
That's a bad phrase, Charles. I'm trying to tell you. Trying to be nice about it. No, don't say feeling fat. Fat people aren't feeling fat. We're just fat.
You're not
fat is for skinny people. Skinny people are like, oh, I'm feeling fat today. I need to have a skinny latte. No, Charles, you're not feeling fat.
All right, so I'm not feeling myself.
There
like
you
that.
go.
No, like my man said. You said it so eloquently too. I didn't feel good. Yeah, so put it like that. Like I know when I don't feel good, and I think that's across the board. Like you kind of know when you don't feel good, men and women both. And when you're not feeling good, regardless if someone says, "Hey, Emily or Natalie or Amanda, you look great," and if you don't feel great, then that's not the right comment. You know, I say it to Tara all the time. Hey, you look great, and in her mind, she's not at the point where she wants to be at, where she's feeling great. So it's my job to do, encourage people and challenge people to do more things with their body and with their denim. And that's what we're here to do tonight, right? So anybody else, as far as their challenges and, you know, what they feel about, how do you feel about your body during this time? And what have you done for the health of your body during the past 6 months or so? Catherine?
So I think Charles, what you just said is pretty critical and something that people don't realize. Sometimes when you say something like, you look great, what have you done? What have you changed? Or, you go to physicians and it's, oh, you lost some weight. And that's not a dialogue to have, because you have zero clue of what somebody has been going through with their body. And that's something that I was always conditioned with. So if I went to, say, Christmas dinner and somebody said to me nothing about weight, I was like, oh crap, I guess I gained a ton of weight. So one thing that I did, I refused to give in to this whole like COVID-15 bullshit. Like I couldn't get down with that. So I am too cheap to buy a Peloton, but I thought it looked really fun. So I went on like Google and was like, how can I fake a Peloton? So I bought like a $500 bike, so like much cheaper than the $2,000 one. Downloaded the app onto my phone, synced it to my Apple Watch, got this little cadence monitor, and it's really fun because the rides are stupid. Like the other day I did like a Weezer ride, and they have hip hop rides and just like really, really dumb, stupid, fun things to do. But it is one of those things where it's like, it's mental warfare, I feel like, with your body, or especially with women. I think we might deal with it a little. Listen, I'm not a guy. I don't know. It could go both ways. But, there's always this mental warfare of, am I doing enough? Am I getting enough out of this? Am I trying? And then the whole pushback that you're constantly getting feedback on your looks and your weight. I mean, I lost almost 100 pounds like 3 years ago, and it was great. And I loved hearing the feedback, but going forward, now I realize how unhealthy that feedback is. So I think that there is a conversation that's lacking when it comes to body image and kind of like, I don't want to use the word harassment, wrong word, but especially in the workplace. Like I work in a very corporate environment. I work in engineering. So for my colleagues to come up to me and say something along the lines of like, oh, did you lose a few pounds? It's like, it's not a cool thing to say to somebody.
Wow.
And you think you're doing the right thing, right? You think you're like, oh, I'm making them feel really good about themselves. But it's like, oh, did I look really bad before? The whole kind of like wrapping this up, it's one of those things where we're all going through so much right now with COVID, with all the crazy shit going on in the world right now. So on top of that, trying to keep your mental health in check. And then also my mental health is 100% tied to how I feel about my body and what it's doing and how I'm pushing it. So I just always just have to remind people, just be kind. Just, it's like the first thing you were taught when you were a kid was just to be kind. And so that's just my 2 cents. So sometimes it's not the best thing to say to somebody, you look great. What have you changed?
Right.
I think that's really key. There are like 3 things. One, I think it's so interesting how willing men are to just give up their height and weight. Like, I would never do that. I will never do that. Please.
Yeah, exactly.
1, I might not know because I try not to weigh myself. And 2, like, that just seems so wild to me.
Right.
And then also, just to piggyback off Catherine, the thing when I post on my personal Instagram about like my runs or what I'm doing with my kettlebell, I always phrase it as like, I'm moving my body in ways that make my body feel good. Like, it's reframing the way we think about our bodies for all bodies. Like, even though part of me is like, I'm running so I can get back into these old jeans I have, which is literally my motivation most days.
I think we all have those like few things in our closet where like, fingers crossed.
Right, exactly.
I got shirts. It's all good.
It's never going to happen. But it's also like, okay, I'm also running because I'm moving my body in ways that make me feel good. They help me get through the day. And if I get back into those jeans, it's going to be great. But the end result is like the moving part. And I think when we reframe it like that, it becomes a lot simpler, a lot less, how do I lose these inches or whatever? And it just becomes more natural.
Yeah.
I think it also too is, and we've been on the losing weight realm of it. And I think also too, it can go either way. It can go with gaining weight as well too. And I think, and I can only just speak for the guys, right? Maybe the women can chime in here too. So it's also, when you're talking about how you're taking care of your body, how you're taking care of your mental health, this is also an indicator of why or if you are going to get into raw denim and what those challenges will look like. So like the heritage scene, like Mike was talking about with the sizing of the big dudes, it's also sizing of someone who is not a big guy, something like Mike, right? It's the same thing with women too. So, and women, you have all different shapes and sizes, right? Unlike men, we're just either big, tall, short, skinny, whatever. Like it's a combination of like 4 or 5 things. But for you guys, which is definitely a challenge, you have that also to deal with. And I think more so than not, you guys are the sounding board for how both men and women can learn how to approach denim fitting and denim health and body health and mental health, physical health and mental health.
Charles, do you see that really good question in the chat box?
No, I don't. Thank you, Natalie. See,
I agree, Charles. Moving on to the question in the chat box.
That's why you are the freaking co-host.
It's really good.
I think people make the women's side too complicated.
Way too complicated. Just make more sizes.
We don't need anything that different. Just chill. Just give us.
Honestly, it's more for bigger guys too. It's the same. It's not that hard. It's not that complex.
No.
Move that leg rating up. Just go up. That's it. You know.
How is denim doing? Yeah. I mean, I think. Okay. All right. So let's just call a spade, right? Everybody is not the same weight, whether bigger or smaller, that they were in high school. Just put it like that, right? And so the millennials, for one, this is all freaking 14 to 23. That's all that is right there. And so those sizes are a specific size, you know? So when we're talking about people who are going to go and invest in heritage goods or heritage denim or bespoke denim, that's going to cost you a pretty penny. Mommy and daddy aren't buying the 17 or 18-year-old that type of denim. You know, they're going to go for the mass fashion, which I don't agree with, and the fast fashion, which is geared towards that smaller.
Well, the millennial age group ends at anyone, like if you're born after 1995. that's when it like stops. So 1996, which is my sister, she's considered whatever comes out. What is that? Gen Z. So as a millennial, I think I'm seeing a shift.
I don't know. I'm too old.
I am young. Same. Do not let the grays fool you. But I'm seeing a shift as a lot of millennials, at least across the US, start to find their footing in careers or really get into slow fashion and the idea that they want things that last and that are ethically made. I'm seeing a shift. So I work in a fast fashion retail store on the weekends, and even our denim is now like 100% cotton. They want you to wear it. They want you to live in it and make it yours before you buy the next one. I mean, to an extent, because like they still want to make money. But I'm seeing a big shift in my friend group, in the women that come into the shop. They want things that are made well and made ethically. And if they can't get one, they'll accept the other.
So how's that? Was it more men to women or more women to men, or is it kind of equal?
So we are only a women's store, but they're more. I'm seeing a slight change. They want a straighter leg. They don't want skinny jeans. They want something that feels like. This is the phrase I use all the time. I want something that feels like jeans. They don't want super stretchy stuff anymore. Or if they do, they want one pair of the stretchy leggings for going out, which we can't do anymore. But then they'll want something for every day that feels like jeans. And what that means to them is like, is 100% cotton or very close to that. That's cut in, the mom jean style. So like a tapered leg, a higher rise. But still pretty lightweight is kind of their goal.
Yeah, I agree. The lightweight and the more of the everyday type wear in denim. Like, I just want to be comfortable, but still have that premium denim type feel and look.
Yes, definitely the look.
I don't know. What's our? I don't know, Mike. What's our generation?
We're old, Charles. We're old. Yeah.
I don't know. 36. I don't know. I don't know.
You're 36. You're younger than me, youngin. I actually don't know how old I am. I'm either 38 or 39. I'd have to think about it hard. After like 30, I stopped caring. I was like, I'm just in my 30s. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are guys out there far older than you and I who are just absolutely rocking it. Albert, who was on a couple panels before us.
Yeah.
I mean, dude's killing it. He looks great for his age. If I look half that good at his age, I don't know, man. I'll probably become an old model. I'll just be an old model.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think, why not?
I'm going to look like this. Besides, I'm going to add a beard or two here in about 5 years, and I'll still look the same, when I'm 60, 50, 60. I hope. But that goes to what we're talking about tonight, like taking care of your body. Like it's I think this has to be a thing that you want to do for you. Like, can't nobody else tell you that you need to do this, or can't nobody manipulate you by giving you a comment or asking a question about you taking care of your body and making you feel the way you do. And the same thing with denim too. I've realized just through helping men and women fit into denim, that just because I say it looks great doesn't mean that you feel great in the denim, and that also doesn't mean that you are the type of individual who is willing to go through that break-in process. Everyone's not about that break-in process and it being too tight and it fits right and you have to walk in your denim or run a 5K in your freaking denim or something like that. Like, everyone's not about that life, and that's okay. It's not for everybody, and everything is not for everybody. But the thing that is for everybody is that everybody supports everybody in their own vibe and in their own world, trying to reach their own goals. So with that, Natalie and I, Big Mike knows this as well, that every time we have a denim stories or something like that, or a chat, Charles is going to come up with some type of challenge for everybody, right? And that it's all in good love too, that we're challenging each other and experiencing this challenge. And so,
could you challenge me to have another beer? Because I'm going to do that anyway. That'd be great.
I challenge you to have another beer, Mike. So Natalie and I, we were talking leading up to the theme of our slot for the Denim Hang, which is all about denim health and physical health, and just going to trickle it into mental health with my wife Tara, representing Cmbd Lady Raw. And so we were thinking, like, what kind of engagement can we have aside from just us talking, or trying to fill up this hour with a game or something like that, which we did last time. Is all right, well, let's talk about a challenge, and we came up with something that fits right into what her and Emily did with the 5K, and that is to improve your health and improve your denim if you're wearing it, as far as building that story. So kind of a two for one story, your body and your denim, and challenge people for a whole week to just walk a mile in denim every single day next week. You have 7 days in a week. And if you have some denim that you're just now breaking in, or you have some of your favorite denim, or if you're trying to just incorporate your story of getting to the best you that you're working on right now, wear your denim while you're doing that same thing. Natalie, what are the hashtags we were talking about using if you're going to post?
They are hashtag Denim Miles or hashtag Miles in Denim. So a mile a day sounds like a lot, but if you can squeeze in like a 20-minute walk in your jeans, that gets you about to a mile a day, to make it seem less daunting. Right.
And this is not a race, right? And Amanda said, yes, Amanda, you get to challenge me too. I'm going to do it with you. But yes, what is your challenge for me?
Yeah, I just thought every week you put out a challenge to other people. Who's challenging you? Who's coming up with the challenges for you?
Nobody has stepped up to that plate, I thought Mike was going to do it, but no. So I challenge myself, and I think Natalie put it in the chat a while ago, and that's to like jump in a body of water to wash my denim. That's another thing that I do that I love doing. So I'll jump from not a tree house, but a lake house. And it's on our Instagram, into a body of water, Lake Freeman in Indiana. That's kind of my go-to lake. We have our family has a lake house there, and that's where I wash a lot of my denim at. I don't believe in washing machines for my denim. That is.
Maybe it should be like a parachute jump or something crazy.
So I did that. So for I wasn't outside though. It was indoor. So Tara and I, for her birthday, I took her to indoor skydiving, and of course I wore my denim, even though this was not natural air; it was fake air. But I wore my denim in the little chute thing. So challenge already done. Halfway.
This is why it's hard to challenge him, Amanda.
And so for the challenge, if you don't have the Nike Run app, don't worry about it if you don't feel like signing up for it. But if you do have it, right, you can find the challenge. I put it in the chat. You'll look for Cmbd. I changed my name in the Nike Run app to Cmbd, and I think the name under that is it says Community and Denim. Mm-hmm. And I'll also put we're gonna look at the name. It says Denim Miles, a walk for denim and health. And so however many participants we get is awesome. It's great. So if you don't use the Nike app, just definitely hit us up on the DM. Let us know what your what your status is in the 7 Mile challenge. Don't lie. And also too, when you're doing this, if you're not going to use the Nike app, the challenge also goes with posting a picture of you after you got done walking and how much you walked. Not how fast you walked. We don't care about that because everybody walks at their own pace. And it's not about a race. This is about improving your health and building that story with your denim. And then, if we get enough participants, maybe the top 5 will get a surprise from Cmbd. So that's your incentive. I see some smiles. I don't see a lot of nodding heads like I'm freaking with it, Charles and Natalie.
Someone please do this with me.
Dude, I'm not going outside. You want me to march?
I'll verbally commit to that.
That's what I'm talking about. And the dog.
Mike, please stay inside.
I'll verbally commit to that next week.
I got a question. What about instead of walking, doing other activities so I got 2 sons, 4 kids total, but 2 of them that I take to the skate park on a pretty regular basis. Now that the weather is a lot cooler, sub 100, we're going to be out there. And so how does that work? Just a picture?
Yeah. I mean,
how much we're
the
doing?
goal is what kind of phone do you have? You have a phone with the app that can track steps or something like that? I mean,
yeah, I'm sure. I guess I'll look into that Nike app. Yeah, never looked into that. So.
And tomorrow I'll tag Global Denimhangs and I'll post the start of it with again the instructions and everything. We'll have it on DC Denimhangs as well. And this is now our denim and health support group right here.
Dope. I'm with that.
Charles, how do you feel about if we also add the caveat that if you move for an hour a day in your denim, if you move for an hour a day in your denim in a way that feels good, that'll count as a mile?
Yes.
How does that sound?
I like it. Because everybody's not moving for an hour a day.
Right.
It's hard. It's freaking hard.
So hard.
I don't move for an hour a day. I don't.
Most fades in the past 6 months, most fades are forming in the back pocket area, back of the thigh.
Right. Same. Aside from my phone.
Hey, dude, I'm putting some good ass pocket fades on my denim. Don't hate.
Yeah. So, anybody have anything else to say about the denim challenge? Any other stories? Is there any way that we can kind of cheer you on in whatever it is that you're journeying about right now? You heard a couple stories, Catherine. We're cheering you on to stay motivated and stay positive in your journey. Everybody else too, as well. These things, these goals that you have. And building your story, which is a story that we all share, especially through these times now. We're here to cheer you on. And get prizes too.
Charles and I are both really big on supporting our communities and the community as a whole. So tag us in anything and everything, especially me. I love to hype people up. If that could be a job, I would do it in an instant. So any excuse to share a post, to share good words, happy birthdays. If you just had a baby or if you just graduated school, we're here to hype you up. We're here to hype you moving your body or not moving your body if that's what it requires for one day. Let us build you up.
Building you up. My wife's going to build you up even more too in the next chat.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you both. You guys are just some of the nicest people in the community, I got to say. And you guys killed it with this chat. This panel has been really inspirational. I think the nicest thing is that people were able to just say how they feel, express themselves and who they are and what they think. And I think you guys did a great job of handling that and being inspirational and and understanding. Like, Charles, you called yourself out, dude. I messaged you privately and you called yourself out. That's fucking awesome, dude. You're a good dude. You're a good dude. And
thank you.
I just want to say, like everybody can be better people than they are right now. Right? And you guys embody that. You guys show us that we can be better than we are right now. And it's inspirational. So I want to thank you guys.
Oh, Mike, man, we appreciate you, man. You know, I'm all about growth, and you guys make me better, for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Awesome. I put the picture in the chat of the Nike app challenge, the way it looks, so you're familiar with it when you see it. Because I'm expecting, how many participants are there right now? 23. I'm expecting at least 15 to sign up and get this walk on. I'll be out there tomorrow morning. Or walk on and move for an hour, like now he said. Right. Awesome. No, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting us.
Check your IGD.
Okay.